love is running through my veins. Oh, this line can't be tamed. There's fire in my blood. Burn.
And we're live. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the Assetto Corsa Flying Championship here at the Sepang International Circuit for the Malaysian Grand Prix. Yes, Formula One returns to the Kuala Lumpur track after a season's break. We're finally back at the circuit, and yeah, it is pretty nice. We got 12 minutes of the first stage of qualifying just ahead of us. And yeah, it is going to prove to be very, very exciting indeed. In the commentary booth today is me, Miran FG. Unfortunately going solo today, but yeah, it's going to be very exciting. 11 minutes of Q1 just ahead of us. Dennis Groff, the man first out on track. But before we get stuck in with qualifying, let's go through the track then. So the Sepang International Circuit, located in Sepang of Malaysia, about 45 kilometers south of the capital Kuala Lumpur. This circuit was first opened in 1999. In the same year is where Formula One came to the circuit. It was designed by Herman Tilke. This is some of his more early works, if you think about circuit designing. Yeah, Formula One came here in 1999, the same year as the circuit was opened, and also MotoGP with the Malaysian Motorcycle Grand Prix. So yeah, and then a lot of different series come here as well, notably today. Series like GT World Challenge Asia, as we see Dennis Groff attempting a nice move on the Renault there, but GT World Challenge Asia, the Formula 4 Southeast Asian Championship, obviously as I mentioned MotoGP, and then formerly the Malaysian Grand Prix, but yes, Formula 1 returns here. Obviously we raced here once in 2017. Back then it was in rainy conditions. Today it is clear skies for qualifying. And yeah, back then in 2017 it was Alfred Klaus who I believe took the pole and the race win. And he took his yeah, he took his second ever career victory at the circuit. We'll see if he can do it once again, or if it will be any of the top guys at the championship. Obviously with Jesper Johansson taking his the race win at the Pacific Grand Prix. The championship standings are now Jesper Johansson on 41 points and then Miran FG on 40. So it's a very close battle between Ferrari and Mercedes. Speaking of Mercedes, we have a big transfer. We have some very, very big transfer news. I believe the stream was acting up there a bit. Sorry, we're back now though. But speaking of transfer news, Jesper Johansson has a new teammate, Alexander Arnold, who announced his departure from Mercedes last week after, according to him, what was a frustrating run of performances. He is now replaced by none other than the man from Macedonia, Enis Parachki. He will be making his debut for Mercedes this race. And yeah, there he is, slotting into P2. And yeah, that is, I have to say, a very, very nice thing to see. Ennis looks good in the silver Mercedes, it has to be said. But yeah, we'll see how he fares, as this is the first time he'll ever be in a race-winning capable car. So that will be very, very exciting. And replacing Ennis Parachki at McLaren is not Nikhil Walji. It is this man, Fernando Tost, the Mercedes reserve driver. After it proved that Nikhil Walji was unavailable to step up to Formula 1 with his reserve driver duties, McLaren and Mercedes reached an agreement where it turned out that Mercedes would loan their driver. They'd loan their reserve driver to McLaren for the rest of the season. So it's Fernando Tost who now sits in that second McLaren seat alongside Franco Gamba, making his Formula 1 debut. Always exciting to have a new rookie driver. He becomes the second Polish driver to make his Formula 1 debut. So Kai Cherezhnia now has a fellow compatriot on the grid. Gonna be very exciting. Currently he sits in P14, just behind teammate Franco Gamba. Too shabby from the man from Poland. Ennis Parachi currently in P3. Followed by Muhammad Patel in the racing point. That is a very good effort from Muhammad Patel, it has to be said, in P4 at the moment. But Dennis Graf looking a bit out of shape. P15, I believe he encountered traffic on his flying lap. Yeah, there he is behind the Alfa Romeo of, I think that is Singh, I believe. Either way, he will clear the Ferrari sister car shortly. Or not sister car, but I guess customer car, you would say. Either way, there he is, making a move on the inside there of the Alfa Romeo. Obviously equal power units in these two cars, so we'll see what that gets them. Dennis Garf was P4, and Milka Singh goes P6. Good stuff from the man from India. Alfa Romeo obviously wanted to carry their strong qualifying performances from last time out at the Pacific Grand Prix, as we witnessed a nice little battle between Graf and Singh here. Some improvements up the field as well. Patel improves, but he stays P5. Johansson improves, but he cannot match Miran FG, who is the only man in the 134s at the moment. So FG remaining on the top of the timing boards at the moment. Ennis Parachki, who is in the Mercedes, he could be on for a first podium in his career, obviously. With the Mercedes, he's never scored a podium in his long-lasting Formula 1 career. Obviously, he's been a bit... he's obviously very famous for dragging cars to positions where they should not be, as Thomas Mandic goes P7. The Red Bull's looking a bit off the pace, it looks like. P7 for Mandic and P9 for Alfred Klaus. And then Kai Cherezhnia and P8 just sandwiched in between them. Franco Gamba is P15 at the moment. So the top 5 at the moment then, or the bottom 5 should I say, who are in the elimination zone is Josef Fredrik Schuto, Jafari Blackwood, I was going to say Viktor Novikov, Maximilian Novikov, Samant Özkan and Fernando Tost. So Tost on his debut, I guess he won't be hoping for too much, as Dennis Graf goes ahead of Ennis Parachki then. Jesper Johansson on a flying lap here as he approaches the final corner, as Wojtek Kulacek gets himself into P11. As we see Alfred Klaus, who just came off a flyer. Laban Zasnishka, who's currently in P10. Not the best performance it was from him at Fuji. Obviously, he was hit with a 5-second time penalty for colliding with Kai Cherezhnia at the start. So it wasn't too good of a performance from him. Either way, he's on a flying lap there, as we witnessed the Williams there, giving him some space to continue the lap. Here is Luca Farina in P12. Obviously, he scored Alfa Romeo's career best performance last time out at the Pacific GP. P7 was for him, as I believe there's been an off, and that's Alfred Klaus. Oh dear, what has happened to the Red Bull driver as he scrambles to make his way back on the circuit? There he is, but that was an off for Klaus. Either way, he is back on the circuit. That will be a bit damaging for the man from Sweden, who obviously, as I said, won here back in 2017. We'll see if he can do it once again. Franco Gamba, and the McLaren's looking a bit shabby here as Maximilian Novikov gets himself with the P15. Good effort from the man from Russia. Could maybe drag that Williams up into Q2, unless obviously Gamba sets an improvement on this lap as he makes his way around the turn 14. Just approaching the final corner now, on board with the man from Italy, making his debut for McLaren. McLaren looking a bit off the pace right now as Gamba heads through the final corner. Let's see if Franco Gamba can set an improvement, and he does. He goes P9, knocks Novikov back into the elimination zone. Good effort from Franco Gamba. His teammate Tost currently on a lap time here, as he's just about to start his flying lap. Johansson is in the pit lane, so he's not going to improve. And so same goes for Lewis McIntyre and then Victor Albom. Both of them could be in risk of going out in Q1, so it's going to be tight for those two as Fernando Tost now starts his flying lap. Obviously, not too much is expected from Tost here, but yeah, obviously he had a very good Formula 2 season. As I think we should be back. I don't know though. I can't really keep up there on the stream because I can't see it, and we're experiencing technical issues though. But yeah, we are back. There is no stream though, so I can't really see anything at the moment. But yeah, we'll just have to. Oh, there we are. So now I can see, as we have qualifying finish, waiting for 4 cars to cross the line. Victor Albom's been knocked down to P18, so is Lewis McIntyre. So we've seen some improvements. Gamba has improved. Tost has gone P8, so very good effort from Fernando Tost, who has got himself into the top 10 ahead of his teammate Gamba. Cherezhny crosses the line, he stays P10, and that is qualifying done or Q1 done and dusted. So yeah, your top 5 or your bottom 5 is Samet Özkan, Maximilian Novikov, Victor Albom, Lewis McIntyre, and Josef Frederick Schuto. So as we will gear up for Q2 then, Jafari Blackwood, who got himself up into the 6th place. That was a very, very good effort from Jafari Blackwood. The 2 Renaults just barely making it in. Zasnishkai P14 and Kulasek P15. Then you had Alfred Klaus down in P12 as well in the Red Bull after he had his off in Q1. Oh, we're back. Either way, it's LG who's fastest for the time being, and then Johansson in P2, so the 2 championship rivals top the leaderboards in Q1 for now. Lewis McIntyre, shame for him as both Toro Rossos went out as well, so Özkan's going to start last. Not very good for him, but yeah, he'll just have to hope for a good race performance. Josef Fredrik Schuto almost made it into Q2, but yeah, he got knocked out just barely there. And the 2 Alfa Romeos as well continue their strong performance of getting into Q2. Farina P13 and Singh P7. Seems to be a bit of a breakout season for Milka Singh. Hopefully he can do well in the race as well, score some good points for Alfa Romeo. Obviously, he did very well in the Pacific GP, but yeah, contact with Victor Albom put him out of the race, which was a bit of a shame for him. Both McLarens in as well. Gamba is P11 in Q1, and then Fernando Tost, very, very good effort from him, P8. So he's done very well. Mohammad Patel, who's into Q2 as well, he scored a brilliant P5 in the first stage of qualifying. As we're here for Q2 now, hopefully with no streaming issues. But yeah, we're now just waiting for the cars to get out on track. It's going to be very exciting for sure. We'll see if the Alfa Romeos and the McLarens can carry their good performance now and get themselves into Q3. As there's the first man out on track. It is the McLaren of Franco Gamba. Obviously Gamba, who really didn't have a good Pacific GP. That was one to forget for the Italian. But he will be hoping for a better Malaysian GP this time around as we continue the streak with the Asian races. We'll see if he can get himself into Q3. McLaren are going to be hoping to get one of their cars at least into the third and final stage of qualifying as Gamba goes on his outlap here. It's going to be very interesting to see though. The Red Bulls could be looking a bit shaky during the qualifying session. Maybe they were saving their tires for Q2 and Q3. Well, we can't know for sure. It probably was. But yeah, Klaus and Mandage looking a bit off the pace, at least in Q1. We can't know. Obviously, we can't know if it was just saving their tires or if it was just like... yeah, actually them being off the pace. We can't know for sure. Either way, we're going to watch Gamba as he is on his out lap. He's going to hope that this is a good lap as he makes his way around turn 11. As everyone starts slowly getting out of the pits, Gamba will have to hope that he doesn't encounter some traffic on his lap as he makes his way to the final corner to start his flying lap. As we go on board with Franco Gamba then, as he makes his way through the start-finish straight now to start his lap, on board with lap of the Sepang International Circuit with Franco Gamba, as we head into turn 1, the snaily bit as Pausa described it yesterday during the Porsche Super Cup qualifying, through turn 2 and turn 3. Can really carry battles here in the first sector. It is very good as the track elevation rises a bit here onto turn 4. Sharp right-hander. This corner is almost blind basically. Then on to turn 5. This is basically flat in these cars through 7th gear there. Same goes with turn 6. Basically penciled in corners. These are like perfectly circular corners. And then through turn 7 and turn 8. Medium speed corners, very reminiscent of Istanbul Park's turn 7. As we head into turn 9. The hairpin track rises up once again. Turn 10, very fast corners once again. Turn 11 also very flowing. Then the left-hander turns 12 and 13. Very nice through there. And turn 14, late turn in here. Then on to the back straight, gearing up for the final corner, turn 15. As into the braking zone he goes. We saw some overtakes here yesterday during the Porsche Super Cup as well. As he makes his way around the final corner then. Let's see what it will be for Franco Gamba. As Gamba crosses the line now, it's a 1:36.128. Should be a pretty respectable time from the Italian. We'll see though if it will get beat by anyone else. Enis Parachki posts a 1:35.0. We'll see if that can last, as Dennis Groff posts a 1:35.2, slots in between the two. Parachki and Gamba, the former teammates. Fernando Tost goes ahead of his teammate Franco Gamba, so noble effort from him. Yeah, and FG is the next to post the time. He goes behind his Ferrari teammate. as Jesper Johansson now goes fastest. So he's 3 positions up on the man in P2, Miran Evji, in the championship standings, obviously. Mohamed Patel is the next to cross the line. He goes P6. Just ahead of his former teammate, Franco Gamba, obviously last season. Alfred Klaus, P8 behind Franco Gamba, surprisingly. So Red Bull looking a bit hairy as Kai Sherezhnia goes into P11. Just outside of the top 10 for now. The Kulasek P13 as we await Mandic and Zazniškaj to post a time. Mandic P5 is a nice time for the Croatian as Luka Farina is the final car to cross the line. He goes P8. So those are all the 15 provisional times on the board then. Currently our bottom 5 is Zazniškaj, Blackwood, Cherezhnia, Singh and Kulasek. Both McLarens looking to get into Q3. Both of them in the top 10. Fernando Tost, I have to say, very good effort from him on his debut, as he's P6 for now. It's a very commendable effort from the Polish driver. Laban Zazniškaj is going to cross the line. He sets an improvement, but he cannot get himself ahead of Alfred Klaus and into the top 10. Alfred Klaus, in the meanwhile, he's just barely hanging on in the top 10 at the moment. He's actually only 1,000 faster than Laban Zazniškaj on track. At the moment, Zazniškaj just barely missing out to get into the top 10. We'll see though if Alfred can set an improvement here in the Red Bull. He'll be hoping to securely get himself into the top 10. He gets himself into P7. And yeah, we'll see if that can... we'll see if he'll stay there. Kai Sherezhnia will cross the line. The man from Poland cannot improve. Jafari Blackwood did set an improvement. However, he did not get himself out of the 12th position. Wojtek Kulasek set an improvement. He stays last place for now. Tomas Mandic improves as well, but he stays P5. So pretty minuscule improvements we're seeing out on track at the moment. Luka Farina gets himself ahead of Mohamed Patel. So that is Farina up into P8. We'll see if both Alfa Romeos can get themselves into Q3. Right now, Milka Singh is in P14. Luka Farina in P8, carrying on that good performance in the Alfa Romeo. Franco Gamba will cross the line, the other Italian, currently in the top 10, but he stays P10 for now. Miran Evji, who is currently P4, currently 3/10 off poleman Johansson. He's gonna have to hope to He is going to have to hope to shorten that distance between him and Johansson. Unfortunately, he cannot as he crosses the line to not improve. Poleman Johansson crosses the line, goes 300 of a second faster. So he extends his advantage over the field, gets into the 134s. Though it's not the fastest time of the session yet, as it was Miran Evji who I believe set the fastest time of the session in Q1. So I think Johansson just gearing up for Q3. Alfred Klaus gets himself ahead of his teammate Tomas Mandic. As Jafari Blackwood crosses the line, improvement from the Jamaican, but he stays P12 as we have a minute and a half remaining in the session. There's Blackwood as we witness Enis Parashi coming out. Blackwood's gonna have the Macedonian to defend from, but Enis doesn't do much. He lets Jafari go as Tomas Mandic gets himself up into P4, 6,000 of a second faster than Miran Evji. It is currently a Mercedes 1-2 here in the second stage of qualifying as Johansson tops the fastest time on the board at the moment with Enis Parashi in P2. Let's see Franco Gamba if he can improve. He cannot. Gamba's just gonna have to hope that this man, Laban Zazniškaj, or anyone else in the bottom 5 improves and gets himself into the top 10. Let's see then Laban Zazniškaj from Serbia as he will cross the line, and Zazniškaj cannot improve. So it could be qualifying over for the Serbian driver. Miran Evji will cross the line. He cannot improve. Jafari Blackwood, the lone has in qualifying, is Victor Albom once again knocked out in Q1. as Blackwood makes his way around the final corner. Let's see if the 2018 Formula 2 champion can improve. And he can. He gets himself into the top 10. So as the checker flag just falls, that could be Blackwood, maybe into Q3. But we're going to have to wait and see as everyone is just finishing up their laps now. We're waiting for 10 cars to cross the line. Wojtek Kulasek crosses the line there, sets an improvement, but it's only P11 for the man from the Czech Republic. Franco Gamba, let's see if the Italian in the McLaren, number 8, obviously he switched numbers from 88 to 8 this season as Ruslan Potti retired. Gamba's into the pit, so he's aborted that lap. Franco Gamba is out of qualifying, so is Milka Singh, and so is Wojtek Kulasek. Let's see if Fernando Tost, as he might get himself into Q3. That's going to be an absolutely fantastic performance from Fernando Tost if he does manage that. Laban Zasnishka currently in P13. Let's see if the former Mercedes driver, obviously remember, he has been Jesper Johansson's teammate as well. He will cross the line, but he cannot improve, and thus Zasnishka is out of qualifying. Kai Cherezhnia was on a lap there. He is Cherezhnia's teammate Patel, the former Red Bull driver. Obviously last time he was driving at the circuit, he was driving for Red Bull. So yeah, this is the first time he visited the circuit with a non-Red Bull team. Jafari Blackwood currently in P10. Alfred Klaus is on a lap here. Let's see if he can improve. He cannot. And yes, that is Q2 done and dusted. Jesper Johansson takes the fastest lap time, followed by Enis Parashki in P2. The 5 knocked out then are Wojtek Kulasek, Franco Gamba, Laban Zasnishka, Kai Cherezhnia, and Milka Singh. So very, very interesting then. A very interesting Q2 session, it has to be said. Fernando Tost on his Formula 1 debut gets himself into Q3. That is very, very well done from the man from Poland. Kulasek out though, shame for him as he was very, very close to getting to Q3. Jafari Blackwood into the final stage of qualifying as well. He will be happy about that for sure. And then Franco Gamba there in P12 as well, knocked out. The 2 Renaults out. So Kulasek and Zasnishka out, but they could be in for some good points today as well. Zasnishka, obviously, he's very good at making his way through the field. So is Franco Gamba, obviously. So we'll see what they are capable of. Luca Farina, though, in Q3 once again for Alfa Romeo. This man continues to impress. So we will see how he can manage in Q3. But for the people who are watching, as we gear up for Q3, put your predictions for pole in the live stream chat below, and yeah, it'll be interesting to discuss as we are now here for the 3rd and final stage of qualifying. The battle for pole will now commence for the Malaysian Grand Prix. It's going to be very, very exciting for sure. And it is the man who took pole here in 2017, Alfred Klaus, who is the first out on track. Red Bull are going to have to hope to have some improved pace now as they head into Q3. Yeah, a bit shame for Red Bull as they don't seem to be able to challenge the likes of McLaren or the likes of Ferrari and Mercedes this season. They've been a bit off the pace and they've kind of asserted themselves as the 3rd best team at the moment. But we'll see if they can improve here in Q3 as Klaus makes his way around the circuit to start his flying lap. This is gonna be very, very exciting as we witness Klaus making his way through turns 7 and 8. Obviously, Alfred not really remembered for his qualifying performance, but more for his race pace. Obviously, you think back to races like the Portuguese Grand Prix and the Spanish Grand Prix last year. He did incredibly well in those races, especially the Spanish Grand Prix. That, I have to say, that was probably Alfred Klaus's best ever performance in the ACOC as a whole. did such a fantastic job at overtaking, and then he came home to take a very good victory at Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya. Obviously, we won't be going there next week. We will be going to Baku next week. We hope. At the moment, we can't really confirm anything. But the week after that will be the Spanish Grand Prix. But now, as we ride on board with Alfred Klaus, the man from Sweden, as he makes his way around turn 1 and turn 2, you can carry very good battles through here. And we're going to see a lot of back and forth battles heading into the first few corners. Now on to turn 4, braking zone. Very nice through there. Could use a bit more exit curb there, but on turn 5, using all the available track to him. To turn 6, very precise through there from the Swedish driver. As he's going to encounter a bit of traffic here as he heads to turn 7 and turn 8. Ooh, that's the Ferrari, and there's his teammate Thomas Mandic as he heads into turn 9. Mandic is gonna let him go though as he heads into turn 9. Is Mandic gonna put out some resistance here? Ooh, that could compromise Klaus here. But yeah, I think he's gonna be a bit frustrated with his not rookie teammate, but his Red Bull debutant teammate, Thomas Mandic. I think he's being held up by the Croatian, and this is gonna frustrate Klaus for sure. As now we see Alfred Klaus heading through the final corner then. We'll see what the benchmark time will be for the final, for the first time then, as Alfred Klaus will post it now. It's a 1:36.3, so it's a rather slow time from Alfred Klaus. Usually you'd expect the top runners to be in the 1:35s and the high 1:34s, but Alfred Klaus cannot get himself. He obviously was held up by Thomas Mandic there, so yeah, he's gonna have to hope to get a better lap in, as Luca Farina beats that. Goes 3 tenths faster than the man from Sweden. Jafari Blackwood beats that, gets himself into 1:35. It's very good effort from Jafari Blackwood, as Mohammed Patel posts a time now, 1:36.0 from the British Indian driver. Obviously, he's the lone Patel in Formula 1 now, as Rahul Patel was let go by Toro Rosso. The Toro Rosso curse still continued, obviously. As Enis Parashki now goes fast as Dennis Groff posts a lap time, but he cannot match the man from Macedonia. Parashki though with a very, very good lap. It has to be said, 1:34.839. That is going to be a difficult lap to beat. Very, very good lap from Enis Parashki, that's to be said. Dennis Groff though in P2, and then it's Jafari Blackwood. The rest are still going to post a lap time. Here's Jesper Johansson. Let's see if he can beat his teammate Enis Parashki as he makes his way around the final corner of the Super Swede. Let's see if Johansson can get himself onto the top of the timing sheets. He cannot. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is big implications as the Red Bulls go P4 and P5. Miran Evers gets himself into P3. Jesper Johansson with a 1:35.284. Enis Parashki is 4 tenths faster. This, ladies and gentlemen, could be Enis Parashki for the first time unleashing his true potential to the world of the ACOC, as he now sits fastest on the timing boards at the moment. He is now on provisional pole, and we could see the man from Macedonia in his debut race for Mercedes take pole. Though I will not jinx it. Anything can still happen in qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, here is Dennis Groff in a lowly P6. We'll see if he can get himself ahead of the two Red Bulls, as he will post a time here. He improves, but he cannot get himself ahead of Klaus and Mandic. Mandic in P4 as well, as he's ahead of Alfred Klaus. Fernando Tost in P8. You have to give it to the man. That is a very respectable qualifying effort. Luca Farina then currently in P10. As here's the man ahead of him on the timing boards, Mohammed Patel in P9. As he gets himself into Q3, Mohammed will be very pleased with that, getting himself into the third stage of qualifying. He'll be on for some good points today. Here is Jesper Johansson. He's going to try to beat his teammate once again as he crosses the line. He's 4/10 off, so no improvement for Johansson. Alfred Klaus will cross the line. He improves, but he stays P5. Miran Evji goes ahead of his championship rival Jesper Johansson. So he splits the two Mercedes at the top, and Johansson will have to respond with that lap time for sure. Mount is in the pits, Parashki is in the pits as well. So yeah, for those tuning in, the reason you're seeing Enes Parashki at the top of the timing board is because he's in the Mercedes if you're out of the loop, and Fernando Tost is in the McLaren replacing Parashki at Mercedes or at McLaren. Either way, here's Jafari Blackwood as he is just about to get a time in with 12 seconds remaining. So we'll see if Jafari can get an improvement here. Either way, P7.5 is a very, very noble effort from the F2 champion. Obviously, he's not the only F2 champion in Q3 at the moment. Dennis Groff improves as the checker flag just falls, but he cannot get himself ahead of Alfred Klaus. That's P6 for the world champion. That is going to be damaging for him for sure, as his teammate FG is P2. Alfred Klaus currently on the lap. Jesper Johansson, let's watch this then, as he is going to have to retaliate to FG and Parashki. Let's see if he can get ahead of any of the two. Will it be the pole for Parashki, or will it be the pole for Jesper Johansson potentially, as he will make his way around the final corner? Let's see then, as he will cross the finish line now. And there's no improvement for Jesper Johansson. He stays P3, the 2018 champion. Alfred Klaus will cross the line. Alfred Klaus cannot improve either. It's looking more to be in the favor of Enes Parashki here. Could it be a debut Mercedes pole for the man from North Macedonia? It could be. As Mohammed Patel will make his way around the final corner. He's into the pits. So Patel will not continue that lap. Fernando tosses on a lap. Jafari Blackwood, who is the second final car to cross the line. Let's see if the man from Jamaica, obviously not the first Jamaican driver in Formula 1, that title goes to Courtney Simpson, who took his first ever ACOC win at the Dubai E-Prix. But we'll see Blackwood then as he crosses the line. It's no improvement, but he stays P7. It's still a very good effort from Blackwood. Dennis Groff, I believe, who actually did manage to get a lap time in. So that was by the skin of his teeth. Anyway, we're going to see Groff has crossed the line. Improvement for him, but he stays P6. And it is Enes Parashki on his debut for Mercedes who takes pole position. And you love to see it, ladies and gentlemen. We have a brand new pole sitter in ACOC history. And it is none other than the Macedonian menace, Enes Parashki, who takes pole from Miran Evji, and then Jesper Johansson in P3. Bravo, Enes. That is absolutely fantastic. Jafari Blackwood gets P7 as well. What a result for the Haas driver. He has outqualified his rookie teammate, or his more seasoned teammate Victor Albom, by 11 positions. That's absolutely fantastic. But yeah, then you have Mohammed Patel getting into Q3 as well. Nice job from Mohammed there, getting himself up into P9 in the racing point. Thomas Mandich outqualifies Alfred Klaus as well. So Mandich P4 and then Alfred Klaus in P3. Dennis Groff is going to have a lot to do in the race as he is P6. And Fernando Tost, you have to give it to the guy as well. P8 in the McLaren in his debut Formula 1 race. That is fantastic. So very good stuff from Fernando Tost. But all eyes are going to be on Enes Parashki. Absolutely fantastic. Now he can finally fight for the positions that he deserves. But yeah, very interesting qualifying session that was then. Ennis on pole. I don't think a lot of people were expecting that, actually. I think everyone was just kind of going easy on Ennis now that he was just making his debut for Mercedes, and everyone was just thinking, oh yeah, He has to get acquainted to the car, but it appears that this man is not wasting any time whatsoever. It's crazy. He's never been in a Mercedes-powered car, and he's already on this level of pace. That is incredible. But yeah, as we said, Paratsky and Johansson, a really, really strong lineup that is. And it really is proving themselves now, as Ennis Paratsky is already performing on the get-go. So very good stuff from Ennis Paratsky. And then you got 2018 champion Jesper Johansson there. So they could definitely mount the championship charge to Ferrari this season, Mercedes. As if we check the championship standings for now, obviously, Ferrari do lead the championship standings by 60. They have 68 points. Mercedes on 65 points. So it's only a 3-point difference at the moment. And right now in qualifying, it is advantage Mercedes. So we could see that championship gap close, but maybe not in the drivers, as Jesper Johansson could maybe try and pull away from Miran Evji if he manages to get his fellow Swedish compatriot into the first corner. That round down into the first corner is sure to be an exciting one. Obviously, we're going to see a lot of battles, and we'll see how well Ennis Paratsky can cope with the pressure of starting a Formula One race at the top of the pack. Surely is going to be exciting. But yeah, for those watching once again, if you have any predictions for the race win, make sure to leave them in the stream chat below. Always very exciting to hear what the fans have to say. As we'll be getting underway with the race shortly. Just a tiny issue with the game, but should not affect us too much. So we'll be getting in a few seconds' time. It's sure to be a very exciting Malaysian Grand Prix. First ever race here at Sepang since 2017. Daniel Fraser's put in chat a Mercedes win, and he's saying Ennis for the victory. That's gonna be very exciting. But now, as we are here for the starting grid before lights out, then at Malaysian Grand Prix, presented by me. It is Ennis Paratsky, a brand new ACOC pole sitter. You love to see it, and he takes pole for his debut race at Mercedes. So he will start on first, but he has got a very formidable foe in P2. It's Miran Evji who starts on the first row. On the second row is Jesper Johansson, and accompanying him is Thomas Malnich. Then in P4, Alfred Klaus, who won here in 2017, starts P5, followed by Dennis Graf in P6. Then it is Jafari Blackwood in P7 for Haas. Very good performance for him. And then it is Fernando Tost on his debut, P8. That is very, very good. Mohamed Patel starts P9 in the Racing Point, and Luca Farina rounds out the top 10 in the Alfa Romeo. Wojtek Kulesek, who barely just missed out on Q3, starts in P11, followed by Franco Gamba in P12. And then it's Laban Sasnishkai in P13. Kai Shereshnia starts P14, followed by Milka Singh behind him in 15th place. Then it's Joseph Eric Schuto, who just missed out on getting into Q2 as well. Either way, very good performance from him as he starts P16. I believe that is his qualifying best this season. Then it's Lewis McIntyre in P17. Victor Albom, a lowly P18 for the man from Denmark, as Maximilian Novikov starts P19. And taking the final spot on the grid will be Samet Özkan. So as we get on the way with the race then, Ennis Paratsky, all eyes will be on the man from Macedonia as he starts on pole. Let's see if he can hold off that position, or if Miran Evji will do anything, as we have 6 lights. And we are on our way at Malaysia! And it's a very good start for Miran Evji. Paratsky's already going to have to cover him into the first corner, as the two are already side by side. Evji's going to have to go the long way around into the first corner, as Paratsky going to have to defend the inside line, trying to cover off the man in the Ferrari. As they head into turn 1, then Paratsky successfully defends from Miran Evji, as there's a yellow flag and there's a crash at the back. Sasnishka involved, so is Singh, McIntyre, Nuskan. That's Laban Sasnishka, yes. as he's involved in yet again and once again another turn one, as there's a 3 wide situation there. There's a 2 Red Bulls on Jafari Blackwood as well, as Jesper Johansson's fallen down to P6. What has happened to the man from Sweden? As Kulasek and Gambit then dueling for the top 10 positions. Ennis Parachki leads from Miran MG, Alfred Klaus, Thomas Mandic, and then Jafari Blackwood in P5. What a start from the man from Jamaica, as Franco Gamba has got himself into the top 10. Laban Sosnishkai, who's been involved in that little kerfuffle at the start there. As there's Jesper Johansson attempting a move on Jafari Blackwood, but a very poor exit then from the Swede. That might allow Dennis Groff to catch up to him there. As Gamba trying to get Wojtek Kulasek there, who's gone up 2 positions from the start. Very heroic effort from the man from the Czech Republic. As Josef Erik Schuto got to get himself up to the P14 as well. But at the start then it's Ennis Parachi who leads from Miran Evge by 8/10 of a second. There's the battle in the back. That's Farina and Kai Trezhnia. Farina falling down 2 positions there as they head into turn 15, wheel to wheel. Farina having to cover off Trezhnia on the outside, but he can't do much. And it's Kai Trezhnia who gets himself up into turn. Well, that's not Kai Trezhnia actually. That is Mohammed Patel. As Farina is gonna go on Patel then into the first corner, as he goes on the inside of the man from Britain. As Johansson and Blackwood doing there as well. Yeah, there's Jafari Blackwood on the outside trying to cover off the 2018 world champion. That's easier said than done though, as Johansson with the better traction on the inside heading into the braking zone then, as he tries to hold it off. Blackwood though with the better traction around the outside there, as I think he might actually defend from Johansson, and he has in the has. What an effort from Jafari Blackwood, as this might be the breakout performance from the Jamaican that he has needed. Either way, Cherezhnia now, he's still trying to put the pressure on Luka Farina. Ennis Parashki leads by 1 second from Miran Evji. This is what you love to see, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot believe that we'll be saying such a sentence like that, but here we are. Kai Trezhnia then still trying to put the pressure on Ennis Parashki. Johansson is trying to get past Jafari Blackwood. He's losing time to Thomas Mandic ahead. Blackwood is backing Johansson up into Dennis Groff here. So Johansson has to get past Thomas Mandic, or sorry, Jafari Blackwood if he wants to catch up to Thomas Mandic. But he's got a bit of a poor exit here. Dennis Groff might try to attempt a move on the Swede here, as it's the Ferrari versus the Mercedes. This is gonna do wonders to Miran Evge's championship fight, as Johansson has a bit of a look on the inside there. Very opportunistic move there, as Ennis Parashki now sets the fastest lap of the race. So he is really pulling away here. Johansson then, he's going to go on the outside here into the first corner of Jafari Blackwood. Can the young Jamaican hold on? As they head into turn 2, Johansson on the inside line here. Jafari trying to go the long way around, but can he hold on? He cannot. Still, that is a very good effort from Jafari Blackwood, but it is Johansson who gets ahead. Meanwhile, there's the other Haas. Victor Album getting past Josef Frederik Schuto. The man from Denmark gets past the man from Slovakia, as Album now tries to get Kai Cherezhnia there. Dennis Groff now is going to want to get past Jafari Blackwood, who's now down to P6. Johansson's going to want to claw his way back up the order, as he now has a second of a gap to Thomas Mandic there in P4. As Groff has a bit of a look on the inside, and he spins Blackwood round! And he makes contact with the man from Jamaica, and he's stuck. Blackwood's stuck, and he can't get that car rolling again. Oh no! It is absolute heartbreak for Blackwood, and I think he's out of the Malaysian Grand Prix. I cannot believe it. Oh. Yeah, that is not nice, Dennis. And that is Jafari Blackwood. Can he get that car back rolling again? I cannot believe it. Yeah, that's Jafari Blackwood retiring from the Malaysian Grand Prix. What are you doing, Dennis? Ah. And it's absolute heartbreak for Jafari Blackwood. Oh my goodness. And he was running so well. That would have been great points for Haas. Surely there's going to be a penalty for that. As Jesper Johansson did set the fastest lap. Oh, that is such heartbreak for Jafari Blackwood. I cannot believe it. He's got to be absolutely gutted. Blackwood. He by no fault of his own as well. That is gonna be such a shameful. That is gonna be such a shame. But Johansson's at the fastest lap now. He's closing on Thomas Mandic here. So Mandic, who is gonna have to play the wingman role to Alfred Klaus, I presume, to try and hold off the Mercedes for a championship. For the championship here, as Johansson is having a look there on the inside of Mandic. Bit of a slide there for the man from Sweden, but yeah, that lost him. Look at how much time he lost there. That's about half a second. But yeah, that brings our first retirement on lap 3 out of 24. Jafari Blackwood is out of the Malaysian Grand Prix, and that is a massive shame for him. It has to be said. That's Haas out of the points, as Victor Alboum is P13 now. It brings Mohammed Patel into the points though. So I guess there's that. Either way, as Johansson still trying to close that gap to Thomas Mandic, here is Samit Özkan, who started last, now P16, as he goes on a late lunge on Maximilian Novikov here. The two obviously duel in Formula 2, now dueling in Formula 1 here for P15, as Novikov holds him off. At the moment, Samit Özkan can't quite get past him at the moment. As Novikov going a bit wide there, but Özkan's gone wide as well there. As Novikov's having a look on teammate Shuto. Wow, look at what... Wow, Özkan just got such a poor exit out of turn 2. As he was trying to follow Novikov through. This could allow Milka Singh to make a move here on the inside of the Swede here. As he tries it, but he can't quite do it. Not close enough to make the move stick just yet. Milka Singh, though, might have the other Toro Rosso to deal with. Lewis McIntyre then in P18. As Franco Gamba now in P9 is still chasing down Wojtek Kulasek. But yeah, Kulasek then defends at the moment from Gamba. Gamba can't quite close down that gap. As one man said, getting close is one thing, passing is another. So we'll see if Gamba can attempt a little move on the inside of Wojtek Kulasek maybe. Either way, Johansson is still closing down that gap to Thomas Mandic. Obviously, it was a second before. It's down to 5:10, so Johansson is on the pace here today. As we see the last lap, we see the times on the last lap, and Ennis Clarksky lapping about 4 or 5 tenths faster. Hello, Ennis, in chat, by the way. Yeah, you are leading by 4.2 seconds from Miran FG, so I guess there is that. Jesper Johansson then, a teammate of Ennis Clarksky, currently in P5, not where he'd want to be. Pretty poor start from the Super Swede, as he's called. He's chasing down Thomas Mandic at the moment, but it might not be too easy, as if he slips up to that mistake once again, he has got 2017 champion Dennis Graf to deal with. So we will see if that happens. As a Klaus in P3, Johansson's going to have to clear those two Red Bulls if he wants a chance of getting back up to Miran FG, because Klaus is not making any gains on Miran FG at the moment. Gap is about 2.5 seconds to his fellow Swedish compatriot. As Johansson still chasing him down. Look how he is closing on the young Croatian. Mandic is going to be he's really going to be put under pressure now, as he's going to have Johansson to deal with. As now into turn 14, Johansson with a late move on the inside. Can that really work? As he's trying to have a look then, but he can't quite succeed with it. Now down the main straight, he's got a Merc engine obviously in the back of that Mercedes car. And yeah, Red Bull's got that new Honda power unit, but Johansson on the inside then of Thomas Mandic, as he is on the inside now on the outside into turn 2. Inside line once again as they head through the long winding turn 3. Let's see if Johansson has better traction on the inside, and he does. He gets past Thomas Mandic, but the night might not be over yet, as Mandic tries it on the inside of the world champion, but Johansson around the outside is able to successfully defend. That is a very good stuff from Jesper Johansson, as Franco Gamba has a look on Wojtek Kurasek, but he can't get past the Renault just yet. Johansson then has cleared one Red Bull. Let's see if he can get the other one, as he now puts Alfred Klaus in his sights. So we'll see if he can get him. But yeah, Mandic still just being able to hang on there, as Graf might try to get past Mandic here as well, as they make their way round turns 12 and 13 onto turn 14 now. Klaus is going to have to watch that inside, because there may just be a Swedish man in silver there. We'll see though, as they make their way onto turn 15. Johansson looking rather close, but he is not going to attempt it just yet. Mighty try a nice little move into turn 1. Let's see, as he is still on the back of his fellow Swedish compatriot Alfred Klaus. Obviously, the positions 2, 3, and 4 all occupied by people of Swedish nationality. As Johansson has a bit of a look on the outside, but that's not going to work, is it not? Almost lines up alongside Klaus there, but got a bit of a poor exit there. So that is going to compromise him for sure. I think he's getting a bit too eager, Johansson. He's going to have to play a bit more. He's going to have to be a bit more patient with Alfred Klaus. Obviously, the more seasoned Red Bull driver, obviously. So we will see if Johansson will be able to clear Alfred Klaus for the foreseeable future. Here is Franco Gamba. Currently chasing down Wojtek Kurasek. I had a bit of a look on the map of the Czech Republic. Could not quite get past it just yet. Gamba, though, currently 2 positions ahead of him, is teammate Fernando Tost in his debut race for McLaren. Obviously, yes, okay, there is a 5.5 second gap to Graf. And yes, Joe, it is a graphical glitch. The yellow flags are not out. It is just the timing tower being a bit funny. Either way, Jesper Johansson then, as he is still chasing down Alfred Klaus for P3. Klaus, who surprisingly actually, there's Bjorn FG just ahead of him. So I think FG's falling back on Enis Paraschke here, which is very, very curious. As Johansson has a look on the outside again. That's not going to work, Jesper, and it has not. Probably going to compromise on an exit once again here. And yeah, Johansson not close enough to try it just yet. He's going to have to hope to he is going to have to hope to be a bit closer and get to turn 1 on this lap. But yeah, the battle for P2 just got a much more spicier, as Klaus and Johansson, and then maybe even Mandic and Graf could get involved into this. So we will see what happens here. This could get very interesting. But these guys battling, this is good for the man making his Mercedes debut in the lead at the moment, Enis Paraschke, who leads by a colossal 6.3 seconds. Absolutely fantastic. This is the Enis Paraschke we all love, and we finally get to witness him in his true potential in a race-winning car. As Jesper Johansson still chasing down Alfred Klaus then. Klaus could maybe try a move on Paraschke here, or sorry, FG. As this could turn into a 3-way battle here at the moment. We could see if Mandic and Graf get involved in there as well, but Graf currently with a bit of issues trying to clear Tomas Mandic, or get ahead of the Croatian. As there's Johansson, wide once again. He is not really good at taking those first few corners, it looks like, but yeah, at the moment he looks a tiny bit closer to Alfred Klaus than he was on the last lap, so he could maybe get the Red Bull. But yeah, Klaus as well then. he could deal with Miran Evji in P2. Obviously, those two battling up ahead, that could benefit Jesper Johansson, and all of this, obviously, as I said, will benefit Enis Parachki as a whole. So at the moment, it is technically just advantage Parachki if you think about the big picture. As Dennis Graf having a bit of a look on the inside as Mandic went a tiny bit wide into turn 9 there. But yeah, no move just yet. I think Graf might be trying to pressure Mandic into a mistake here. As they head through turn 14 now. Klaus on the back of Miran Evji there. Johansson not as close in the third sector as he would like to be to Alfred Klaus. He's going to have that leverage down the straight for sure, but yeah, he still won't be able to close in. Obviously, Miran Evji and Dennis Graf are at the biggest advantage here with that Ferrari power unit. Proving to be very, very good on the straights. Graf, though, he's going to have a little look on the inside of Thomas Mandic here as they head into turn 2 then. Once again on the outside, can he hang on, Dennis Graf, as he tries to get past Thomas Mandic? Kicks up a bit of gravel as well as they head through side by side. Graf on the inside there with a bit of better traction. Now into the braking zone, turn 4. Usually the outside line is a bit more favorable here, and it is. Mandic successfully defends from Dennis Graf. Good defending from Thomas Mandic, and that is the Croatian remaining in P5. So good stuff from Thomas Mandic. Really putting on the defense then to the world champion. He's sandwiched in between two world champions as Jesper Johansson in P4 as well. So that is going to be quite interesting, as they all try to follow each other here. No one seems to be able to make up any ground on each other just yet, but there's still quite a while to go in this race, so don't worry about that. Enis Parachki, goodness me, can anyone stop this man? 7.7 seconds he leads by. This man's just in a race of his own today. And I mean, we saw domination at the circuit as well. Do you think back to the Porsche Super Cup race yesterday, where Cameron Cole, who made his ACOC debut, won by I believe it was 3 seconds, and that's a spec series as well, so that's very impressive. Kulasek, as we just witnessed, Wojtek Kulasek was just closing in on Fernando Tost there, as Dennis Graf attempts a move on the inside of Thomas Mandic. Once again, heading into turn 2, he's going to be on the outside line here, as he's going to have the inside into turn 3. Let's see if he can hang on. Then once again into turn 4, Mandic is going to defend on the outside. He's going to have a favorable line once again. I don't think Graf's going to get this move done though, and it does not. So Mandic defending on the outside there. And yeah, that is Thomas Mandic once again defending from Dennis Graf successfully. So very, very good from Thomas Mandic. Graf losing a lot of time there to Mandic. So he's gonna have to hope to get another shot at the young Croatian once again. Very good defending from Mandic though. Obviously Red Bull probably not where they wanted to be at the moment. Alfred Klaus though currently running P3. I believe that's actually going to be Red Bull's first podium of the season. So that'll be interesting, I guess. Maybe it could be P2 if he manages to get Miran Evji here. Obviously, he can't really close down on the straights as Evji is a bit faster on the straight. But yeah, Klaus looks to be better through the more technical sections of the circuit. Here's Wojtek Kulasek on the back of Fernando Tost. Tost is going to be under pressure now, as in his first race he's going to have to defend from none other than Wojtek Kulasek. As Kulasek doesn't try it into turn 15 just yet, might try it into the first corner. Obviously both with the Renault power unit, so no one really has the advantage down the straight. Not too close enough to try into the first corner though, Wojtek Kulasek. He remains behind the man from Poland, as going a bit wider as he's trying to follow Fernando Tost. This could allow Franco Gamba to catch up, and equally so, Mohamed Patel in P10. As we see them head down to turn 5 then. Mesmerizing to see the cars go through these corners, turns 5 and turn 6, flat out in these bigger cars as well. As we go a bit further back the field, here's Samet Özkan trying to break up the Williams duo of Novikov and Shuto. We could see him trying to attempt to move on. Maximilian Novikov obviously did that a few laps earlier, but he did not succeed with it. As they head into turn 9, then we just see Franco Gamba then. As we go back to the McLarens and the Renault. Gamba trying to follow Kulasek into turn 14. Oh, going a bit wide there. That is going to allow Mohammed Patel to close in. As they head into the final corner then. And Patel looking very, very close to Franco Gamba, it has to be said. As now down the start-finish straight, let's see if Mohammed Patel is actually looking rather close to Franco Gamba here. Let's see if he can try a move on Gamba here. He's going to try it on the inside, very late move though from the Brit. As he's going to try to go around the outside here, but can he hang on? And I don't think he can just yet. But he's going to have a look on the outside here of Franco Gamba. Gamba shuts the door though. Patel goes to the inside once again. And yeah, Gamba around the outside there with the better traction. The outside line proved to be the more superior one. Singh, we're talking about Özkan trying to make up ground to the Williams, but he's now going to lose ground as Singh tries it on the inside there. But Özkan around the outside into turn 4, successfully defends from the Indian in the Alfa Romeo. Good defending from Samet there, but yeah, obviously Singh and Özkan probably not where they wanted to be. They wanted to compete for points, but yeah, sometimes stuff like that just happens. As Thomas Mandis, look at this, he's lost ground to Jesper Johansson ahead, and this is gonna impact Dennis Graf, as Graf is gonna have to clear Thomas Mandic as soon as possible if he wants to catch up to the guys up ahead. As we see them make their way around the final corner then. Down the start-finish straight. Graf is going to have... I think he could maybe try it on Thomas Mandic here, but no, he stays back for now. Franco Gamba, as we witness the man from Italy trying to catch up to his teammate Fernando Tosas. He goes on the inside of Wojtek Kulasek now. He's going to have the outside line into the second corner, as we know. Trying to hang on. It's a wheel to wheel now. Gamba versus Kulasek. As Gamba just slightly ahead, then coming into turn 4. Kulasek can have the outside line, so he could definitely get this move done and successfully defend. Gamba though on the outside there. I think Kulasek has gotten it done, so very good stuff from Wojtek Kulasek defending from Franco Gamba. But Gamba still in hot pursuit of the man from the Czech Republic. And this battling could, I think, has allowed Mohammed Patel in the Racing Point to catch up. So we'll see if Patel could throw his hat into the ring here and maybe get involved in the battle. As Gamba going a bit wide into turn 9 there. As we have about 9 laps remaining in the Malaysian Grand Prix. Enis Perarski with a lights to flag lead. A dominant one for sure. This is how you demonstrate... this is surely how you demonstrate a performance to the team that you've just been signed with. As Dennis Graf is still unable to get past Thomas Mandic, the 2017 world champion must be frustrated. As here's Samet Özkan, and there behind is a move. I think that's Lewis McIntyre who's trying to get past Milka Singh. Has a look on the outside, switches to the inside though, as they head into turn 15. Who's later on the brakes? It is McIntyre as they head into the final corner. McIntyre on the inside line. Singh is going to be at a disadvantage here as he goes around the outside, trying to defend from the Britain de Toro Rosso. As the two are going to be side by side heading to the first corner. Kulasek and Gamba up ahead dueling as well, but McIntyre round the outside then into the first corner. Let's see if that can benefit him as he's going to have the inside now into turn 2. This is going to be advantage McIntyre, then it's heading to turn 4. Can have the outside line into turn 4, but Singh with the better traction on the inside gets it done as Kulasek and Gamba up ahead. Duel as well. Gamba not able to get past Wojtek Kulasek. So, yeah, Kulasek then stays in PA. He's been holding off Franco Gamba here for a lot of laps. So good stuff from Wojtek Kulasek. Gamba, a bit frustrated, I think he must be, considering that he can't get past the Renault driver and equal to his teammate Johansson. Looking rather close to Alfred Klaus here. Could we maybe see the two Swedes go at it as we head into turn 1? Johansson right on the back of Alfred Klaus here. Ennis asks, aren't there mandatory pit stops? Well, I'm going to have to answer that question later as we have Johansson on the inside of Alfred Klaus. Now the two Titans going wheel to wheel as Johansson's going to be on the outside of Alfred Klaus. These two were championship contenders last year with Johansson coming out victorious. It's going to be on the inside of Alfred Klaus. Klaus just barely hanging on there. He's going to have to defend the outside line there as Johansson's going to be on the inside. The two wheel to wheels. Klaus swings around the outside and gets it done. Alfred Klaus, very good stuff. Let's look at this. Franco Gamba, as we were just caught up in all that action. Franco Gamba gets past Wojtek Kulasek. And to answer your question, Ennis, as there's a bit of look at this 3-wide action between the two Toro Rossos, and that is McIntyre and Singh going side by side. Özkan trying to get involved with this as well. Özkan was 2 positions. McIntyre on the inside as Özkan tries to get past him as well. What a battle this is as Nishkai has caught up to these guys. As Nishkai having a look on Summit Özkan as almost losing control there. As Nishkai as he's on the limit trying to get past these two Toro Rossos. And no, Ennis, there are no mandatory pit stops. ACAI does not pit for tires, only pit for fuel, and there is no refueling in this. And yeah, we tried to get something akin to the lines of pit stops to work in AC, but unfortunately we couldn't. So yeah, as much as we wanted to, we can't. It's just the limitations of Assetto Corsa, unfortunately, as we have Franco Gamba now putting the pressure on his teammate Fernando Tos as we have another battle. It's two Williamses as Novik and Schutter go side by side, but here's Johansson and Klaus as the two Swedes go side by side. What great racing we're being treated to today, as Johansson's going to be on the inside of Alfred Klaus and the two wheel to wheel. This is going to benefit me and FG as Johansson's going to be on the inside. Klaus going to swing it the long way around, and he does defend from Johansson then. So Jesper's going to have to rethink his strategy on the next lap. He wants to get past. Here's the two Williamses as Schutos on the inside of his rookie teammate Novikov. Novikov holds off Schuto then. 4P14. Good battle between the two as they have a nice little friendly battle. Johansson still putting the pressure on Alfred Klaus. Look how close he is on the braking zone to turn 9. But yeah, for now it is Johansson who remains in P4, but that battle is far from over, ladies and gentlemen. There surely is gonna be some more battles there. As Jesper Johansson tries to follow Klaus, who's trying to follow Miran Evji, who is just, I guess, trying to defend that position. Very, very close pack we have here. As Johansson just about 3/10 off Alfred Klaus. Jafari asked how many seconds of penalties does Graf have? Penalties will not be awarded. Penalties are always awarded post-race because there is no replay system and we don't have anyone else on standby. As there's Kulasek on the inside of Franco Gamba. Gamba's going to have to defend the outside line into the final corner. It's going to be advantage. Kulasek then has to the outside line. Here's Johansson once again trying on Dennis, Alfred Klaus. As I think he's not gonna. Yeah, Klaus is gonna have to defend the outside here, and he's gonna get the move done, I think. As oh dear, and that is the two McLarens, the teammates coming together, and I think that's tossed out. He can't get that car running again. He's beached his car on the exit of turn 1. Is that Fernando tossed out of the race? I cannot believe it. Oh my goodness. Oh, as he might just get that car running again, but he's been sent down to dead last. Tossed. Oh no! That is Fernando Tost sent down to the back of the grid. As there's Cherezny and Album, look at that! From turn 5 and turn 6, what a battle! We don't see battles here. As Cherezny is going to be on the inside of Victor Album. We've never seen the battle of this corner. As they have to turn 7 and turn 8, Album, we're on the outside. They're wheel to wheel. It's so close between the two. As these two, both former Formula 2 race winners, as Cherezny is on the outside, Album with the poor exit, that Cherezny ahead of Victor Album. What a battle that was! But what a shame for Fernando Tost. Goodness me, was running into points as well. Yeah, what proved to be a very good performance from Fernando Tost has proved to be absolutely nothing as the two teammates come together. Here's Dennis Groff once again. Can he try it on Thomas Mandic? Just Jesper Johansson is trying it on Alfred Klaus. Could it succeed this time? Maybe, maybe not. As he is going to go around the outside of Alfred Klaus here. The two Swedes going at it. Doesn't look to be too far ahead of Klaus though. So I think Alfred is going to get this. Groff behind is trying to get Thomas Mandic. And both the Red Bulls successfully defending from Johansson and Groff. So the outside line proving to be superior then. Here's Singh on the inside of Josef Fredrik Schuto. Özkan's going to try to follow the Indian through as Singh gets ahead of Schuto. Özkan trying to get past the Slovakian as well as the two were side by side. Incredible battles we're seeing here, it has to be said. As Özkan now on the inside of Josef Fredrik Schuto. Schuto's going to have the outside line here as he swings it on the outside. And I think it is going to be Josef Fredrik Schuto who is ahead. And he is good defending from Josef Fredrik Schuto there. As Dennis Groff is now on the back of Thomas Mandic here. Still not been able to get past Mandic. Sorry about that. As we witness another battle, Schuto now defending from Summit Özkan once again. Özkan going a bit wide. That's going to prompt McIntyre to try and have a look on his less experienced teammate. But McIntyre letting the back slip out there. That's not good. That's not going to be good for him. As Lavas Snishka is trying to look for a way past McIntyre then. Really great battles we're seeing here as McIntyre having a look on the outside. Switches to the inside to the final corner then. The two Toro Rossos dueling as these guys battling then for P16. McIntyre on the inside of Summit Özkan then as Lavas Snishka might try to get into the mix here, but the two are going to be side by side heading down the start finish straight then on lap 21 and 24. This race is just absolutely flown by as McIntyre is going to go the long way around on Summit Özkan. Özkan just a bit ahead as they exit turn 1 and onto turn 2. McIntyre with the better traction on the inside. Watch out for Josef Fredrik Schuto there. Hopefully it doesn't turn into too much of a hassle for these two. As Özkan on the inside. McIntyre is going to have to go around the outside if he wants to succeed with this then. Into turn 4. McIntyre round the outside and he gets it done, I believe. And he does. Good stuff from Lewis McIntyre. What a battle that was. Great and really just respectful racing between the two Toro Rosso teammates. As Alfred Klaus still putting the pressure on Miran Evci. It's been the status quo for these guys for the majority of the race, even though we've seen quite a lot of battles here. So none of these guys have been able to get past each other. That is surprising. As McIntyre going a bit wide as he tries to follow Josef Fredrik Schuto. The Slovakian in the Williams. Schuto though with a bad exit there. He's lost the back end a tiny bit of an oversteer moment for him as McIntyre is going to be under pressure from Özkan again. As these two Russos really can't let go of each other. It's like Chisetti and Simpson at Bahrain all over again. As McIntyre is going to try to follow Josef Fredrik Schuto here, but he can't get past the Slovakian just yet. He's going to have to worry about Özkan there behind as he goes a bit wide in accordance with trying to follow Schuto. McIntyre though looking very, very close to the Williams here. Could maybe try late lunge into turn 1. He does not. He stays back just for now. Goes a bit wide though. Could that maybe prompt Summit Özkan to have a look? Not yet. So the status quo remains just for now. I say for now because you don't know because these guys do get very racy. But very good effort from Labas Asnishka though. It has to be said. That was a 12-second gap from at the start to him. So he's closed down a total 12 seconds to these guys. So good stuff from him. Alfred Klaus then. Here he is. The man who won here in 2017 obviously. Currently sits P3. Trying to make it a P2 as he's trying to get past Mir and FG. He unfortunately cannot at the moment, and he has not been able for the entire race. FG's remained in P2. Miran really hasn't shown a lot of pace. As here's Maximilian Novikov in the Williams P13. It's a very good run for Novikov, as he's on the back of Victor Albom here in Haas, so he could maybe make an overtake for P12 here, Maximilian Novikov. As the two Toro Rossos, these guys, they really can't leave each other, as Özkan is going to have to defend from Lewis McIntyre now. It's the Swede versus the Brit, as Özkan defending on the outside, and it's going to be McIntyre on the inside line then. And I think it is McIntyre who gets it ahead into turn 15. Good stuff from Lewis McIntyre, but is it over just yet? And Özkan with a very late launch into turn 1. Was McIntyre really expecting that? As this Shuto, he could maybe play a role into this, as the two go side by side, the two Toro Rosso drivers. Özkan on the inside, McIntyre's going at the outside line once again, but Özkan with the better traction on the inside gets it done. Repasses Lewis McIntyre. What a battle this is! This is incredible. As Özkan gets ahead of Lewis McIntyre once again, the two Toro Rossos really going at it, wasting no time trying to get ahead of each other. These guys are really not playing the team game, but still very respectful battling between the two. It is incredible to see. As Özkan trying to follow Shuto now. These two oh so close as they head into turn 9. As we're now on the final lap of the race actually. Ennis Parashki has just started the final lap of the race. But we're going to focus on these guys just for the time being. Not a lot going on in the top 5, as there is Samet Özkan on the inside into turn 12. Shuto dips the wheel into the grass, loses the back end just for a tiny bit. This is really on edge racing. These guys are really giving it their all for P15, which is a very weird thing to say. But Shuto defending with the back end, he's successfully defended from Samet Özkan though, as Labas Sasnishka tries it on the inside of Lewis McIntyre now. As Sasnishka though with the bad exit there can't quite get ahead of McIntyre just yet. McIntyre shuts the outside line. Sasnishka says, okay, I'll go to the inside, as he goes into the first corner. As Özkan's trying to get past Josef Frederick Schuto then. They do wheel to wheel. This battle's never gonna end. And Özkan can't quite get ahead of him just yet. Schuto round the outside and gets it done. But where's Ennis Parashki is the question. So there he is, the man from Macedonia in his debut race for Mercedes. This really makes you just love motorsport and just the stories that are written by it. We have a new race winner in the ACOC. On his debut for Mercedes, Ennis Parashki wins the Malaysian Grand Prix. And that is amazing. Ennis Parashki, what a drive on his Mercedes debut. He is crowned Malaysian Grand Prix race winner. FG's P2 to take the championship lead, and Alfred Klaus scores the first podium for Red Bull this season. Such a shame for Fernando Tost. It would have been P7 for him, but it's going to be P7 for Wojtek Kulasek, as the battling is still going on at the back. But wow, that is amazing from Ennis Parashki. He should be so proud of himself for that. Finally, he gets what he deserves. It's been 3 long years in midfield machinery. You think back to 2017 where he had so much trouble. There's Sasnishka McIntyre to the line. Can Sasnishka get him to the line? It's going to be McIntyre, just barely gets it for P17. What a battle that was. And it's going to be Fernando Tost. What a shame for him as he finishes P19. What a race! Wow! What a race! That was amazing. So, here race results. Then it's Enis Parashki, the man from Macedonia. We have a new race winner crowned in the ACOC. Enis Parashki takes the race win of the Malaysian Grand Prix. But not the fastest lap. That one goes to Jesper Johansson. But it's Miran FGP2 to take the championship lead. Heading into the next round, it's Alfred Klaus, also P3, rounding out the podium. And then it's Jesper Johansson, P4, who takes the fastest lap of the race. So good stuff from Johansson, but he was hoping for a bit more today. Thomas Mandic finishes P5. Honest performance from the Croatian, as Dennis Graf is P6. With Kulisek is P7. Franco Gamba is P8. Mohamed Patel in the points. Good stuff from Mohamed. He finishes P9. And Luca Farina, honest performance from him as he finishes P10. Kai Tereshnia is P11 after that nice little battle with Viktor Albom, who finishes P12. Maximilian Novikov, good stuff from Novikov today. He finishes P13. No points for him, obviously. But, yeah, still very nice stuff from Novikov. P14 is Milka Singh, followed by Josef Frederick Schuto in P15. Samet Özkan, who just barely got ahead of his team, and McIntyre after such a close battle between the two Toro Rossos. McIntyre finishes P17. Just barely, I should say, as he just held off Lavas Nisha for P18. Fernando Tost, what a shame for him, P19, and it's a weekend to forget for Jafari Blackwood as he finishes, or he doesn't even finish, but he's a non-finisher, last place. So, that is it for Formula 1. My driver of the day has to go to Enis Parashki. What a man that guy is. On his Mercedes debut, and just takes the win by such an incredible amount as well. So really, we can now witness Parashki 2.0. He is here, and he's here to stay, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah. It has been a very, very exciting race. Congratulations to Enis Parashki. Congratulations to Mercedes on the victory. And, yes. So, thank you so much for watching. And yeah, I've been Miran FG. We will see you tomorrow for the second of the Dubai E-Prix double headers at the Dubai Autodrome for the Formula E round. And we will see you next week when Formula One heads to the Baku City circuit for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and also the return of Formula 2. And yeah, that is gonna be very nice. But yeah, that's been it for me. I've been Miran FG. Thanks so much for watching.